I'll upload this session on there. So yeah, so I'm gonna start uploading onto that YouTube channel that I just created. Yes, let me grab the link real quick. Let me grab the link. One sec, guys. Okay, so this 5 minute, just give me a sec. This 5 minutes about to close. So if we close above this bearish imbalance, that tells us longs want to continue to step in. If we close inside of it, we might continue down. So let's find out right here. We're about to close in about 9 seconds. Let's see if we respect this bearish imbalance. Oh, quick pump. Okay, so we just closed above it. So that tells me we might continue up. This turns now into an inverse fair value gap. So one entry possibly could be right when we touch back into this now inverse fair value gap, right? Taking the longs could be a possibility. I don't know if I'll think about that. I don't know if I'll do that, because if we look at a 1 minute time frame, we're still inside of this bearish imbalance and we're still respecting it on the 1 minute. So I don't know necessarily if I'd want to do that yet. But on a 5 minute, it does look pretty good. All right, but again, because the way time and price are aligning, I still don't know if I want to take this long at the moment. I think if I was going to take it long, I'd probably wait for us to come and displace this, or if we start seeing a strong reaction off this level and the bulls start to step in, maybe I'd think about getting in longs. Like we're seeing a reaction off this level, but I'd need to see a lot of confirmation. You know, like that. That's a pretty strong reaction there. But again, I like to look at multiple time frames. We are kind of moving sideways right now, so I'll probably wait. And we are in this imbalance on the 1 minute. And the 4 minute, the 3 minute, the 2 minute, the 1 minute all still have respected this bearish imbalance. So that's why I look at multiple time frames, just to get that confirmation. Let me see if I can grab my link. I don't have any videos uploaded. Here's what I'm going to do. When I upload this video, I'm going to send you that. I'll send you the link under my tab. Right? It'll be under my tab that says JoJo, and it'll have my recorded live sessions. It'll be under the recorded live sessions tab. Okay, so just be ready for that once the session is done. Could you re-upload the video for the market shift you did some time ago? Yeah, I'm gonna have to look through a lot of my old videos because I have so many and they all got, you know, deleted on YouTube. So I'm gonna have to look through a lot of videos to find them. I don't consider it an imbalance until the next candle closes. Right, so I don't consider an imbalance until the next candle closes because there's still potential for that imbalance to be filled. But every fair value gap, yes, it is an imbalance unless you see like, if you see like two fair value gaps next to each other, like say you saw a bullish one here and a bearish one here that are the same level, that would be considered a balanced price range. But right now, there's still a lot of accumulation here, right? And accumulation just means sideways movement, chop, right? Consolidation. So I still wouldn't enter at this moment because we still are respecting this bearish imbalance on the 4 through the 1 minute. Yes, it could set up a power of 3, right? So if it did, I'd want to see it come down into this imbalance, probably down here, and then go long. And if I saw that, and I saw that 5, you know, then I would think about longing from there. If I saw that, Like say we come into this 1 minute imbalance down here and we bounce, then yeah, this could be a power of 3 and I would think about taking it long. If this level is respected. We have 1 minute left on this 5 minute imbalance here. So again, we have to respect this 5 minute inverse fair value gap now. What the power of 3 is you're going to see an accumulation, right? So a consolidation area where price is moving sideways. And then you're going to see a manipulation move that goes either up or down, sweeping liquidity. So like right here, we're seeing it move down. So it would be sweeping the liquidity beneath these lows, moving into a PD array, which is like a fair value gap or an order block, right? And then it would, so this would be the fake out move down, and then it would pump upwards and distribute, taking out the previous highs, right? So it's kind of a setup that we see happen a lot, where it's sideways movement, fake out move, and then the real move. Okay, let's see if this 5 minute respects. Okay, the 5 minute respected this inverse. 5 minute respected the inverse. That is a good sign for the longs. Yeah, yeah, exactly. You're right. Yeah, it's pretty much you're looking for a fake out. But on like a 1 minute time frame, in terms of power of 3, you are looking for slight accumulation. You're looking for that manipulation, and then you're looking for the distribution, right? So now we're moving down into this 1 minute bullish fair value gap, right? That's what you'd want to see. And it might continue long from here if it gets a bounce. So what you can wait for, you don't have to get the entry down here. What you could, if you want extra confirmation, you could wait for us to pump and take out this high, and then for retracement back down using the Fibonacci, which if that happens, we'll look into that. Okay, that's a strong bearish move. Still respecting this 1 minute. That 5 minute pushing below. So on this, in this case, I would have to see, I would really want to see this high taken out before I got an entry. So yes, if this was power of 3, this would be the manipulation price leg. But right now it's looking like it's just trying to drop. Alright, so technically if this is power of 3, this would be the manipulation part of it. Because we are manipulating down, trying to take out stop loss orders below, trying to trigger people into the shorts with their limit orders. Alright, grabbing liquidity. This would be the manipulation here. But we'll see how it closes because we're trying to disrespect. It doesn't look like it's respecting this level very much. So we just closed below that now. So we're still trying to move downwards. Look at how strong that move was. Okay, so we are now disrespecting this inverse fair value gap on that 5 minute. We're trying to. Again, if we see displacement of these lows, that's when I would look for shorts, but not until that happened. Not until I saw true displacement. Okay, it is a strong move down, respecting this imbalance here. But I would still need to see that displacement. Fair value gap nephew Sam indicator. I'll look into that. Yeah, I know there's a good ICT fair value gap indicator on TradingView. I forget what it's called. I don't love using indicators. I kind of just like to do it on my own. I'm kind of old school that way. I kind of just like the idea of just, you know, reading price. Yeah, Lux Algo is what it's called. Lux Algo. That's what if you guys want like the fair value gap indicator, it's called Lux Algo. I don't know if it's called fair value gap indicator or what. But me guys, I'm old school. I like to read price. I like to do it on my own. And I think that just makes me better. It makes me better at being able to read price in real time, right? It's like practicing for a sport, right? Like maybe it's practicing for basketball. You know, you take 100 free throws. You're just getting that. You're getting that mental practice, and you're getting that. You know that getting the habit of doing the same thing in repetition. So then you start, once you're in a real game, it's just second nature to you, right? So like once I'm actually trading, it's second nature to me to be able to see these levels, right? But I'm not against any like fair value gap indicators. I think it's really good, especially if you are newer. It's definitely going to help you to see levels that maybe you didn't see before. For sure. Okay, this 5 minute is trying to displace. We got 30 seconds left on the 5 minute. Let's see if it displaces this low down here. This one is now disrespected here. Yeah, that's a good way to say it, stonk time. Yeah, comparison would be practicing layups, which are like the algos, and then having to shoot 3 points on your own, right? You never practice it. How are you going to do it in real time? Okay, so now we've displaced. We formed this breaker. So technically, the breaker is still here. And look how we formed that. We got that retracement, and now we displaced. So now if we came back up into this level, that's when I would think about taking shorts. The hard part is it's a really big risk here because I would technically want to hold it to these highs. Yeah, ICT kill zone indicators are very good. Alright, so if we came back up into this, I would want to, you know, probably take it all the way down here. I'd probably just swing it through lunch hour. But the only thing is I don't want to have a lot of risk because I don't want to risk my profits on that first trade. But if we do come up into this level, could be a good entry in the shorts. But remember, guys, shorting the market today is not always the best idea because of how bullish we are. But there is an opportunity here to catch a good move. The only thing is about the risk management part of it. Okay, we do have this bullish order or bearish order block here, which is a good level. We have this breaker, which is a good level. But it's about getting the right risk. Because if you got an entry at the bottom, technically I'd want to hold above the breaker, but that would be over 100 tick stop, and I'm not going to do that. Okay, we're now touched into that breaker, so this would be the point that I would look for an entry. We can see on the 1 minute we formed this imbalance here. This would be a good point of entry here. I just don't love the risk. I don't love the risk, but this would be a good entry. So, you know, maybe looking at the 1 minute time frame, you get an entry here. But even this risk is a lot. A lot of risk. Well, yeah, this technically would be the entry I'd look for in the shorts, touching into this breaker. But because it's so much risk entering at the bottom of this breaker, I don't really like it because I'm already in profit. I'm not trying to risk my profits on this trade. But if we pushed up higher into this breaker, I would look for an entry in the shorts. Again, guys, it is risky. Remember the risk you're taking because of how bullish our day has been. So if you ever try to short a bullish market, remember the risk that you're putting into the market. All right, this would be the only time I would look to short this market. This is the time that I would do that. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm staying out of it right now. Just because of, how bullish we've been today. On a normal day, I would probably already be in the shorts. On a normal day, I would probably already have a short entry. I mean, if we look at the structure, we got a market structure shift, taking out these lows. So everything to me here looks bearish. Off the higher time frame, bearish imbalance. So it does look like we're going to continue down. But, like I said, not trying to risk all my profits, not trying to have 100 tick risk on this trade. But, I mean, look at that right there. If you got an entry, you're sitting pretty good right now. Like, say you got an entry up here, that just hit 76 ticks already, right? So if you did get an entry up here somewhere, you're probably already in profit a lot. Just be smart if you're continuing to trade. Play it smart. There's a reason, guys, that I'm not trading right now. There's a reason I'm not trading right now. Just because I'm trying to be very smart. But again, if you are trading, I'm trying to guide you through it. I'm trying to tell you what I would be doing. I mean, look how that 5-minute close, guys. That's a strong indication that this breaker is a strong level. So, I mean, I might think about getting in the shorts if we come back up into this level again. That's a strong move down there off that breaker. Strong reaction. Look, on that 4-minute, we formed an imbalance inside of the breaker. That's another good confirmation for the shorts. Having a fair value gap inside of the breaker. Yeah, so the breaker block, guys, like I said, is this high, low, higher, high, and then we came down and displaced that low. So high, low, higher, high, and then displacement of that low. So then we chart out the last down close candle here, or the lowest down close candle, which is this one, so from here to here. And then right when price retraces back up into that breaker, so technically it is an order block, right when price touches back into that breaker is when I would look for shorts. Okay, because now that's a strong resistance level trying to push us short. Okay, so when you want to see a reversal in the market, you want to look for a breaker block. You want to look for a breaker because that indicates reversal. Okay, I didn't get an entry, but if you keep looking at different time frames, like the 4-minute, we formed the breaker block, we formed this fair value gap, and we touched into it, and then we dropped. All right, the 3-minute, we formed this imbalance, the breaker, we touched into it, and then we dropped. The 2-minute, breaker, imbalance, drop. 1-minute, imbalance, breaker, drop. Now we haven't gotten the strength I've wanted to see. Oh, why do I have my VWAP? No, my VWAP's on. VWAP's all the way down here. I might think about shorting this. I just want to see reaction. I don't want to see continued strong bullish pressure. I want to see a strong reaction off of this level, right? So I haven't entered in anything because it looks like we're trying to push up a little bit higher into this breaker. Right, there's a reason I have not entered into anything yet. Okay, now we're entering that 5-minute imbalance in the breaker. Another strong level. So now we have this 5-minute right here. That would be another entry there. I think I might try to take the short here. I just got one entry in the shorts. Just one, and I'm going to go really light on this position, guys. I'm not going to risk all my profits on this. I'm only going to risk a little bit. So like 18,406.50 is my entry. So I'm really not going to risk a lot. I'm just going to go above, I'm going to go 40 ticks, just above the 5 minute, just to test it out. So I'm going to put myself at 18,416.50, and if I get stopped out, I'll be done on the day, at least for now. But it's just something I want to test out because these levels are proving to be strong. These levels are proving to be pretty strong here. So, if I get stopped out, I'm not worried because I still am protecting my profits on this. I'm not risking all of my profits on this trade. But all of these are aligning here for, the short entry. And if I, like I said, if I get stopped out, I'm really not worried. And that's the way, if you're going to keep trading, you should not be risking all of your profits. That's just not smart. Okay, and I only have a 40 tick stop. Okay, that's why I said it's a light position, small stop loss, just testing it out, testing the waters, seeing if it comes to fruition, just because I have a lot of confirmations. A lot of confirmations on this. All right, but because we are bullish today, there's a reason I'm not going heavy on this position. Because we already want to trade, there's a reason I'm not going heavy on this position. Okay, so we're still sitting in this 5 minute. We're right around break even, just above break even. All right, now I'll just kind of sit here and let it ride. Sit here and let it ride. See if we get that, move back down. All right, and it's tough because this was a strong bullish candle, so you want to play it smart. I would understand if you wouldn't want to get in this trade because of how strong that last 5 minute candle was to the high side. I would understand that. Okay, so, I'm just kind of chilling in this position. Just chilling in this position. I'm just gonna see if it drops. I'm gonna let it ride down to these lows. See what happens. Again, if you're sitting in a lot of profit, please do not risk all your profits. Maybe don't even trade. Maybe just watch this for education, right? I'm almost just using this for educational purposes. I'm almost just using this trade for educational purposes, right? So that was a nice drop. Now you just want to see that follow through. Yeah, or trade paper, exactly. Do paper trading. So what I don't like about that drop is that long wick down. Right? So when you see long, if you want to see price continue bearish, you don't want to see long wicks down and then a close up. You want to see candles like this continue to push down. Right? And then if you see multiple candles react like that and close up, that means this is probably a strong level. Okay, we're still continuing down. That's great movement there. So what I would do in this situation is either I would take it 1-to-1, right? So like when it hits 40 ticks, I would take my first TP, or I would just hold to the bottom and take my first TP down here, depending on the strength of the trade. Like if we see continued, like if this candle displaces our previous candle, this 1 minute, that's a good sign. But if it doesn't displace and it wicks below again, then I would think about maybe just taking my profit if we hit 40 ticks, or just getting out of the trade completely, right? So you have to understand when to take risk and when not to take risk. Okay, so like if you wanted to take your first TP at 40 ticks, we just hit 40 ticks, so you could take your first TP there. That's a 1-to-1. Okay, so we just hit a 1-to-1. You could take that first TP. All right, so that would be another winning trade right there. So if you want to take your first TP, you could have taken it, move your stop to break even. That's another winning trade. Okay, I only went in one contract on this trade. I've been trading 2 minis, but I went in one, and I'm not going to add. I'm just going to hold this one. So I might just take my full TP if we break this low down here, or I'm just going to move my stop to break even and just let it ride. See if we come down to VWAP. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about right there. Right, so if you want to take your TP here, you could take your TP, move your stop to break even. If you want to wait for this low to get taken out, you could wait and then take your TP if that low gets taken out. So there's a lot of options here for you. It should be a winning trade. So like for me personally, since I'm only in one contract, I'm thinking about just moving my stop to break even and just making it a risk-free trade, even though I didn't take any profit, right? Just so that I'm not risking any profits when I've already been so far into the profits on this, right? So I might even just do that. I might even just move my stop to break even and just kind of let it ride. Which I think I'm just going to do that. I think I'm going to move my stop to break even and just let it ride. Just going to let it ride. Right? And this is how you manage your risk on a winning day. Right? Notice how long I waited for this trade to set up. Notice how long I waited for this trade to set up. Didn't get greedy. Didn't try to overtrade. I waited a long time for this trade. Okay, and even if price just jumps and takes me out at break even, that's okay. That was the risk I was, it's not a risk because that's a winning, it's a break even. But that's what I was willing to do. Okay? So now you could take that TP again, right? If you want to wait for us to take out that low, you can wait. You could take that profit if we take out that low. Right? So this is another good level for take profit. Sometimes we don't want to push through those levels. Sometimes we just want to react off the bottom of that level. Right? So we're back into this bullish imbalance. So you could take profit if you want. I'm still holding my stop, just sitting at break even. I want to see us dump through this level. I want to see us dump through this level, and I want to see us come all the way down and push through this imbalance, right? Come all the way down at least to here, maybe down to this order block here. All right, if we look at on a 5-minute, we could pull up this breaker. We use the Fibonacci tool, right, from this low to this high. Okay, so the first standard deviation would be all the way down here in this imbalance below. All right, so that would be like 230 ticks for our first standard deviation off that breaker. That is maybe being a little bit greedy. So I don't know necessarily if I would hold all the way, but then we look at our 15 and then we find out, okay, well we have a new equilibrium. Oh, did I already have it at this high? No, I already had it at this high, sorry. Okay, so our equilibrium is still down here. Our equilibrium is still down here at this level. So our equilibrium is, our premium is above and our discount is below. Okay, so this is our EQ. Okay, so at this point, remember, I've given you guys every opportunity to take profit, every opportunity to get out of the trade. You know, this should be a winning trade for you. This should be a winning trade for you. You know, I don't really care if I get stopped out at break even on this one. It doesn't really matter to me, just because I knew I was only going in one contract, right? But man, I mean, look at that. Look at that. This might be the dump here. This, yep, there it goes. All right, so you for sure should take your first TP there. 100% you should take your first TP there. Okay, we took out that low. Take your first TP, please. Okay, that's 87 ticks at that low. We just hit like 96 ticks. Okay, so the next level I'd be looking for would be an aggressive drop all the way down to the first standard deviation. But remember, you got to see displacement. You got to see displacement. Like, I'd want to see this 5-minute close below this level. I don't want to just see a wick below. All right, so I want to see this 5-minute just close below. Yeah, displacement is a big part of my strategy. It's a big part of getting confirmation. Look at that. Look at that drop, guys. We continue to drop. Continue to drop. If you want to get fully out, you can get fully out. Take that profit. Oops. 406.50 is my entry. Stop us here. Okay. But again, I do think we have potential to come all the way down for like 220 something ticks here. But don't get greedy here. I don't want to get greedy either. I'm moving my stop into profit now. I'm moving my stop into profit. I just put my stop above this high here at 18,402.75. But guys, look at that drop. This is what I'm talking about. This is what, that's 124 ticks. This is what patience does for you. 124 ticks right there, okay? I do think we have potential to drop all the way to 18,350.50. Okay, but I'm going to keep moving my stop farther in profit the more we drop. So I'm going to put at 18,350.50, I'm going to put my limit order for my sell, right? So my buy limit order. So it's like 200 and something ticks, 224 ticks. Because I do think we could drop all the way to that level. And look at how that 5 minute displaced this low. Look at, that's big. We wanted to see that low get displaced. But again, we're in a bullish imbalance. So move that stop into profit. You know, at least have it at break even. Take your profit and then let it run. Just let it run. I'm going to move my stop a little bit farther into profit. I'm going to move it all the way down to 18,395.50 just to secure profit, just in case we get retracement. You know, at this point, if I would have gone in 2 contracts, I would have sold once we broke this low, and my stop would be somewhere probably in profit above this high. But since I only went in 1 and I haven't sold for profit, that's why I just moved my stop down here just to secure it, just in case. You know, I don't really mind. I don't really mind. Guys, I hope some of you caught this trade with me. This has been a really ideal setup for us. Who's caught this with me? I want to see everybody that's gotten in this one. This is big time here. Like, come on, guys. This is 2 big wins for us today. 2 huge wins for us today. And we were patient for both of them. We were patient for both of them. Man, this, I hope, you know, this looks like it wants to continue to drop. We got to really push through this imbalance, though. We got to push through this 5 minute imbalance here to come down to this imbalance below. Again, I'm not going to be too greedy, so I'm going to continue to start, you know, moving my stop lower and lower. So right now my stop is at 18,395.50. 18,395.50. I'm probably going to move it more into profit just because that's only like 44 ticks. I just want to see one more drop, and then I'll probably move it up to this high that we just formed. If we get one more drop, I'm going to move it to that high. Like once this candle closes, if we displace on this 1 minute candle and we drop, then I'll probably move it. Well, I'll probably just move it after this candle closes, honestly, just to secure profit. Let's see, where do I want to move it to? Where do I want to move it to? This is a tough decision here. I just moved it down to 18,392.50. 18,392.50. Down to here. I just want to see if we'll drop one more time. But again, guys, don't be greedy. We are in a 5 minute and a 15 minute bullish imbalance, so this is a level of support that we could bounce off of. So please, you know, have those stops into profit at this point. You know, maybe let it ride. If you want to keep, you know, your stop at break even, you can do that. That's up to you. But I really hope you've taken profit at this point. Strong retracement move there. All right, we have this 1 minute order block that we could react off of up here. So we'll see what happens. I mean, like, this was that 4-hour time frame I was talking about, guys. Look at that strong reaction off this 4-hour imbalance. This is what I was talking about. Time and price aligned, the short setup. So you got to do that top-down analysis, looking at your higher time frames down to your lower time frames. Okay, we formed that bearish breaker. High, low, higher, high. We displaced. We waited for displacement. What if we didn't wait? What if we just got an entry once we broke this low? We would have gotten stopped out and would have been, you know, pretty upsetting. But instead, we waited for us to displace this low, and then we got an entry once we entered into a fair value gap inside of this breaker block, which is the ideal entry. It's an A+ setup. Because we waited for that, we were able to reap the rewards and catch a really solid trade. All right, patience, patience, patience. So far 135 ticks have hit on this one. Pretty solid. Pretty solid. Yeah, of course I can check it out. You can just send it to me on DMs. I'll check it out when I can. When will my class be available? Like my, you know, posting it, or my course? I'm not sure if you mean my course or my course. I'm gonna try and have it dropped today. I don't know the exact time yet. I'm still working on a few things, but I'm gonna try to drop it today, and I will send you guys all an announcement when I do so. I still think we have potential to drop here, guys. That's why I've been holding on. If we drop again and take out this low, then I'm going to move my stop to above this high. But I'd want to see this low taken out. I want to see this low taken out, just like it's doing now. Drop, take out that low. I'll move my stop to this high, and we're chilling. Then we're chilling. Yeah, I'm just gonna move it anyways. I just moved my stop to this high right here. It's a pretty tight stop now. I just want to secure that profit at this point. It's okay if we don't drop. All right, if I get stopped out, that's still over 80 ticks in profit. That's still over 80 ticks in profit there. Okay, so I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, but if we do drop, well, then I have my limit order sitting down here at 224 ticks. So either way, I like that. What a good day. CPI offered us some good entries today, guys. Good entries. That's what we love. And let's see if we can take out my stop here. We're getting close. We're chopping a lot right now. Chopping a lot. So you could still give this room to run if you want. If you want to keep your stop higher, you could. Just because we're chopping. So when you see this chop, we might try to come up to grab liquidity before we drop. Could happen. So, you know, you can still give yourself room to run if you want. But man, this 5-minute time frame tells me we're going to keep going. 5-minute time frame still looks very bearish. Still looks very bearish here. Again, we want to see displacement, right? I keep saying that word because I want it to be ingrained. I want you guys to think about the word displacement in your dreams. I want you to always be thinking about it because it's so important. I want to see this. I want to see displacement of these lows. So I want to see this candle close below these lows. All right, so we haven't displaced yet. Doesn't mean this next candle won't, but I want to see this get displaced, right? We have 1 minute left on this next 5-minute candle. I want to see this 5-minute candle displace this low, indicating that we're going to continue down, creating this order block here. Right? If we displace this low and continue down, this is now a 5-minute order block, which could be another point of resistance. Okay, so we're sitting right around that 130 tick mark again. Remember, if you guys just want to get fully out here, that's 130 ticks. Not sure, how much did we catch on that first trade? How much did we catch on that first trade? Like 100 and something? Kind of forget. It was so long ago. Anybody remember? Oh, looks like I'm going to get stopped out. Oh. Okay, I am out. Great trade. Great trade. So I still caught, okay, so I still caught like 77 ticks on that. So which I'm fine with, right? So it would have been different if I went in 2 contracts, but I just decided to go in 1 on that because I didn't want to risk too much. But what time days are you live? I run live sessions every day at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right, so 11 a.m. Eastern. Every single day, Monday through Friday, okay? Monday through Friday, I'm here. Let's keep doing this, guys. Let's keep killing it. Let's keep making these awesome trades. I appreciate everybody that stayed. For those of you that stuck around, I think you are probably, hopefully you're happy about that. I hope you're happy that you stuck around. I think we got a pretty good trade there. Yeah, guys, go have an awesome day. Enjoy it. I'm going to go see Dune 2 again. Guys, if you haven't seen Dune 2, I'm kind of geeking about it, but I think that is one of my favorite movies I've ever seen. It's awesome, so I definitely recommend it if you're into sci-fi whatsoever, or just good films. I'm going to see it in IMAX at a 70mm theater, so I'm super excited about that. But yeah, so I'm going to work on getting my course uploaded for you. I'll send you guys an update, let you know when it happens. Enjoy your day, guys. Go have fun. Okay, don't risk all your profits. Wow, this might still drop, actually. Don't risk all your profits. Be smart. All right? And I will catch you guys tomorrow. God bless everybody. Peace.